Okay, so hopefully the basic idea is clear. We're essentially operating with all four sections online and a very small reserve. You've got a lot of frontage to cover for an understrength company. We're faced with at least an enemy battalion and possibly a battalion plus reconnaissance elements. It wasn't clear from the briefing whether the reconnaissance elements were organic to that advancing battalion. But in any event, I designated a succession of BPs for each section to occupy as it displaces rearwards. Of course, no plant survives contact with the enemy, so it's certainly not going to go neatly like that. There are a few alternative BPs that are not in your succession of 4 or 5 rearward BPs. Those are either for alternative use if you want to avoid counterfire. In a few instances that I noted in the op board, I found some good places for BPs to deliver flanking fires, in case the enemy main thrust is not immediately in front of you. But of course, the idea is that we'll hold fairly firm while the reconnaissance approaches and hopefully destroy all of the reconnaissance. But once the enemy main body shows up, engage them, with maybe a few rounds of long-range fire. If you start taking effective fire, then let me know and we'll move you back to another BP. We don't want to get decisively engaged, of course. And unfortunately, even though the terrain is open, it's fairly rolling and there aren't that many wide, long-range fields of fire. So it could be a bit of a wild ride as we go back. I think the most important thing is for each of you to just do a terrain walk along your assigned BPs and fallback routes. I know that in some cases there isn't a good covered route to egress out of a BP. So if you can just, identify some TRPs for smoke missions, and we can hopefully accommodate you and give you some cover as you try and break contact. So that would be a priority. Just spend a few minutes just looking for some good, screening missions. And I think you can send me TRPs. Or if the platoon leader is going to be controlling fires, I guess now that Zoomwork's not here, maybe it makes sense for you to just handle that internally within the platoons. Unless, again, if the platoon leaders think you're going to be overloaded, I can take on the fire support.
Let's check if we can call fires without switching vehicles, and then we can. If you can't do that, then you might have to do more of it.
Roger.
What is the fire support we have available, by the way?
Sorry, I think we have 18 tubes.
Okay.
Well, according to the briefing, we've got. Well, the briefing says 12 tubes. I could have sworn he told me it was 18, but we've got a substantial amount of artillery either way. We've got about 140, 150 rounds of fire of our ammunition. 60 HE, 48 smoke, 36 ICM.
Okay. Yeah, I can see one might be a bit difficult extracting from A11 to A12. Just
Yeah, did you get? There was actually, that was the one TRP I placed. Did it not go through?
No, I do see a smoke mark there.
Yeah, that was the one place where I knew for sure that we were going to need assistance breaking contact.
Yeah.
But that A11 battle position's got good fields of fire to the south, so it seemed pretty important to occupy.
It's a good position. It just doesn't have good extract options. But with smoke, it's obviously going to be better.
What the green vehicles up north?
Sorry?
It's unclear. I'm not really sure what they are. I mean, they're a different party.
A flanking unit of some description.
Yeah, we don't have a trigger to activate them, so I don't know if they're there for decoration or what.
We'll soon find out.
Alright, if everyone's in position, I'll hit the start X trigger. Here we go.
Contact DC north.
All call signs are the PC contact 3 kilometers east of Alpha 1.
Copy.
Sorry, I don't have an Alpha 1.
Sorry, the call signs are the Alpha section of 1 Alpha is Alpha 1. The Bravo section of 1 Alpha is Alpha 4.
Hello.
Ah, roger. Sorry, I was looking for the PPs.
Oh, and just to round it out, the Alpha section of 3 Charlie is Charlie 1, and the Bravo section of 3 Charlie is Charlie 4. So the call signs match up with the vehicle call signs for each section.
Contact DC east. Contact troops front. Contact troops east.
This is 1-1. I have PC contact on the hill east of OP, southeast of OP1.
Copy that.
Looks like 2 BRDMs.
Roger that. That was probably just called in by the battalion HQ, whatever that is.
Copy. They might be able to see me from where they are. Should I engage or hold until more elements arrive?
If you can get a good shot, by all means engage.
Just clarifying, that was a contact in the vicinity of grid 1746.
I got range 3,200 meters from A11.
Yeah, there's a second PC contact east of the southern Humvee section, about 3.5 kilometers due east.
Quick question.
Send it.
Should 5-1 and 5-2 Alpha be falling back? Because when I pull back, they're going to be right in the firing line.
You mean the two CSS elements? Yep.
Yeah.
Sure, that's up to your platoon leader. He'll, I'm sure he'll displace them. He'll keep them a feature or two behind your BPs.
Speaking of which, can you give me, or maybe Jericho needs to give me 5-4 Charlie and 4 Charlie.
Oh, I have them. One moment.
Okay, Alpha 1 engaged. Two BRDMs. I can't confirm if I killed any of them or not. I can no longer identify it.
Roger, did you observe any hits?
Negative. I couldn't directly observe hits.
Roger.
I'm gonna displace my tanks a bit in case they close artillery.
Roger. Is that a friendly engaging? Was that one of our elements that just engaged with main gunfire?
It might have been one of my tanks. I'm honestly not sure. I wasn't controlling it at the time.
Roger.
Charlie 4, did your people fire?
Alpha 1 again, contact troops. Wait, 1. Possibly at tree line on hill 7-6. Range 272.
Roger.
Alpha 4 has eyes on that target.
Can you engage with heat, Alpha 4?
Stand by.
Alpha 1.
Engaging now.
Alpha 1 out. Alpha 1 observed near hit.
Is that Alpha 1, this is Alpha 4, is it over short?
Range looked okay. I think it detonated in a tree above them, possibly a bit in front of them.
Roger. Re-engaging. Right, this is Alpha 4. I'm going to fall back in case they've called artillery on me.
Copy. Alpha 1, I'm gonna take a shot at that infantry target.
Alpha 1-4, this is Charlie 1. Where are you going back to, just so I can know where the holes are? Over.
Alpha 4, this is 6-6.
It's 6-6.
You can occupy battle position A42. That's an alternative for you.
Russia Stemmer.
Sorry for the confusion, but what's my call sign again?
Charlie 4 is your collective.
Charlie 4, copy.
Alpha 6-6, this is Alpha 4. I'm going to displace to Alpha 4-2 on your recommendation, over.
Roger.
Contact PC south.
Alpha 1, I'm gonna try to get a grid and some artillery on that infantry contact.
Roger. PC contact on map, approximately 1 kilometer southwest of Hill 85.
Charlie 4, do you get that? There might be some traffic coming your way up the MSR.
Charlie 4 copies.
All call signs, 2-4 recce section down at OP2, taking small arms fire. Yeah, so he's pulling back. So Alpha, Charlie 4, you may have some action down there momentarily. It's probably that earlier PC contact that's moving west now.
Charlie 4, roger.
Alpha 4, are you watching the road?
The main road, yeah.
Okay, copy. Can you take a quick peek up on A42 and have a look down to the east?
Roger that.
Okay, that's the...
All call signs, the recce section at OP1 is retreating. It looks like he took fire also.
We're on
So, first platoon, that would be in your section and probably closer to Alpha 4.
Yeah. Alpha 1 copy.
Charlie 1 Alpha. Roger, got the HMMWVs heading now through me.
Roger, one of the Humvees is going to stay at OP2, and I'll try and get one of the Humvees back to OP1 also, since it was only light fire.
Alpha 1, contact PCs. Stand by for grid. PCs ×2 grid 15848. Correction, 157488.
So they're almost at the minefield. Alpha 1, is that correct in your estimation? That those contacts are basically going to hit the minefield momentarily, if they haven't already?
Not sure, that grid might be in error. I have some... yeah, there might be... hang on, let me try to get a better lace on that grid. They might be much further back than I thought.
Alpha 4, this is 6-6.
Go ahead.
Reposition back to Alpha 41. See if you can get eyes on that PC contact.
Roger that.
Given that no artillery is impacted on Alpha 41, you'll hopefully be safe there for the time being.
Can I get a guarantee on that? Over.
Absolutely.
Much obliged. Out.
241. I'm taking fire here.
Alright, someone's taking fire. Four Alpha, that's you that was just taking fire.
Okay, Alpha... 4 Alpha... stand by. Okay, tanks, grid 169478, engaging towards Alpha 1-2.
Roger that.
Six, this is Charlie 1. I can no longer support the Humvees. They've gone over the ridge and are in dead ground to me. Yeah.
Roger that.
This is Alpha 1, I'm pulling artillery on previous tank contact.
Copy that, Alpha 1.
My fucking AI tank decided to drive forward and then turn around and put his ass towards the targets.
Okay, the 2-1 recce section at OP1 just called out a tank contact, so that must be your tanks. I mean, your contact, so he's good to egress.
I've destroyed one DP.
Roger that. Charlie 4, you have any more contacts in sight?
Yep, second tank's engaging. Just got a ceasefire.
Copy.
2 vehicles destroyed. Looks like BPs.
BMPs or BRDMs?
Tracked vehicles. Stand by.
Roger, but not tanks, correct?
No tanks.
All call signs, just bear in mind that the enemy battalion that's attacking us is a mechanized battalion, so it probably has about a company of tanks. Charlie 4, if you can get me the battle damages or the ID on what you just destroyed. If it's a BMP, let me know, because that could be the main body.
Stand by.
This is Alpha 1. I have something up on the ridge to my south. You can't tell what it is. Distance 3,200.
Copy that.
I can't tell, but it's somewhere by or southwest of 76.
Copy that. Charlie 1, you copy that?
Roger, I've got nothing observed. Maybe he's talking about your Humvees.
Contact. Group. East.
Oh, here we go. Alpha 1 has contacts. BMPs lining up to my southeast.
Okay, I'm engaged with the PC.
Copy that.
Target destroyed. Yeah, these look like they're tracked. BMPs.
Roger that.
Alpha 1 taking ATGM fire.
Roger. Direction?
From the south-southeast. They're east of the minefield, down near the road, I think.
Roger, you don't have an eye on the shooter?
I have an eye on the shooter, but it's 2,500 if I can't return fire.
Roger. If you can get me a grid, I'll put artillery on him.
Yeah, negative, no grid at this time, somehow.
Roger.
Alpha 4 has contact, APC distant, out.
Roger that.
Roger.
Alpha 1 contact artillery, that's probably friendly.
Is it in our sector or an adjacent sector?
Sounds like it's from the southeast, I think it's the one I called in.
Alpha 4 solid contact, APC firing.
Cannot identify.
Alpha 1 contact PCs moving on the ridge southwest of 76.
Roger that.
Contact. Group. North.
Alpha 4 under fire, pulling back.
Roger that.
More vehicles. Stand by. I've got tanks to my south east out.
Roger. Can you get me a rough distance?
Contact. True.
2 half K, 3K.
Left.
Roger.
This is 1-4. We're taking fire here.
Roger that. Pull back to Alpha 44.
Roger that.
If you don't believe you can get to Alpha 44 without exposing yourself, just let me know and I'll drop a smoke mission.
Alpha
Roger
1, contact 2 times tank, grid 157476. I'm gonna call a couple of rounds ICM on them.
Alpha 1 and Alpha 4, recommend we get 5-1 and 5-2 on the other side of this ridge line, over.
Copy that.
Preferably get to the other side of the minefield.
I wanna take them across the minefield before we have to. Edge 1.
4-1, we're taking fire here.
This is Alpha 1 engaging tanks vicinity main road.
Roger that. You may want to wait until they encounter that minefield and drop the artillery right on top of them there. Or put another way, maybe plot the mission so that it's going to be in the vicinity of the minefield where they'll hopefully be stacked up. Charlie 1, this is 6-6.
Charlie 1, send over.
Any further contacts in your sector?
Charlie 1, no. The only movement I've got is Humvees who almost get obliterated before I check the hotspots.
Roger that. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Charlie 1, one of those Humvees is now in the water. So you've got a measure of revenge.
Do you want me to bring the M88 forward and pull him out?
Yes. Although just be advised that he's forward enough that it may take enough time that the position's overrun before the M88 can get there.
This is 1-1, we're taking fire here.
Ah, fuck, what a day to be out of smoke. Alpha 1, contact PCs in the buildings south of the road just east of the minefield. They've stopped. Lost one track to ATGMs. Wait one.
Roger that.
2-1, we're taking fire here.
Alpha 6 is Alpha 4. I could probably push forward to battle position Alpha 4 too if you want me to, Evan.
Yeah, if you can. Don't risk yourself. But if you can sprint forward, then yeah. I don't think I have any contact at the HMV section or the Humvee section, so you might be safe.
This is Alpha 1. I'm going to fire TRP smoke 1 and withdraw to Alpha 1 2.
Copy that. Alpha 1, this is 6-6.
Alpha 1.
That ICM mission that I see off in the distance from your call sign, that's a friendly mission, right?
There should be a ICM mission grid 157477.
Roger, yeah, that should be it.
Target was tanks that have stopped. Okay, Alpha 1 smokes inbound. I'm going to withdraw once it comes in.
Roger. All call signs. 2-1 Recce section is engaging troops east of its position from OP1.
This is Alpha 1. I have audio contact autocannon fire to my northeast.
Say again, audio contact with what?
I have audio contact, it sounds like autocannon fire to my northeast.
Copy that. That could be the 50 cal on the HMV, on the Humvees, but that's to your south.
6-6, this is 1 Charlie. Do you still need M88 support for the recce party? I can see 2 Humvees. Were there 3 before, over?
The flooded Humvee is just east of Skyvarp, all the way at the southern edge of your sector.
Oh, down there. Sorry, I was looking for the ones near 1 Charlie.
This is Alpha 1. I have BRDMs close on my position in the forest to my northeast. I'm taking fire from tanks to my south. My track's kind of beat up.
Copy that.
Fire.
Alpha 4 in a shootout with a T-series at 3,000 meters. Over.
Copy that.
Okay, this is Alpha 1. I've withdrawn behind smoke towards the north. My track is damaged, suspension cooling leak, and wheels are hit.
Copy that.
I'm going to be withdrawing west towards some friendly support.
Fire.
You mean you're not going to hold position at Alpha 12?
I'm going to move to Alpha 12 and see what it looks like.
Alright.
1-4, we're taking fire here.
What's the repair timeline on your damage?
35 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna...
Alpha 4 looks like I'm going to be decisively engaged and pulling back to Alpha 4-2.
Roger that.
Alpha 4-4.
4-4, right.
Okay, my Alpha 1, my track's still mobile, but I have speed issues.
Copy that.
Six Charlie 4 interrogative. You want me to displace north to BP 41? There's no activity down here since destroying those 3 vehicles.
Hold position for now. I may reorient you towards the northeast at some point, but just
Fire.
hold position for right now.
Understood.
Suspect that might have been the CRP you chewed up.
Doesn't look like they really want to try to breach the minefield.
Or they don't have breaching assets.
Well, I mean, it doesn't look like they want to drive into the damn thing.
We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat.
Would you want to drive into a minefield?
Permission to retreat.
No. I haven't seen anyone who's actually driven that far in yet. Is this a buried minefield or a surface minefield?
Unknown. Actually, when I was doing a map recce before, I was near one of the minefields and I did not see any visible mines, at least in the planning phase, so it may well be a buried minefield.
Alright. Can the recovery vehicle actually repair stuff, or can it only pull stuff?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna move my recovery vehicle up towards A13. My tank is so slow now that I think I'm gonna have to move out to A13 at once. It's gonna take too long to stay at A12.
Charlie 4, this is 6-6.
Charlie 4.
Okay, redeploy your section to Charlie 43 and orient northeast.
Copy Charlie 43, orient northeast.
For the time being, I'm hoping that Humvee section down there can at least screen. Just be prepared. You may have to reorient south again or southwest.
Contact tank 1400 east of my location, vicinity of the Humvees. Yep.
Roger that.
Just on the far side of the ridge in the buildings.
Alright, copy that. I'm going to pull that Humvee back.
We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat.
This is Alpha 1, contact possible artillery observer. It's an MTLB. Wait one.
Roger.
Looks like the max range on this thing is 4 clicks for the LRF.
That's correct.
Okay, Alpha 1 possible artillery observer, grid 1538 4665.
Sorry, say that grid again.
Grid 1538 4665.
This is 1-3. We're at our checkpoint.
Hill 66.
Roger that.
Gonna put a couple of rounds on him.
We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat.
Six, this is Charlie 4, we're Oscar Mike. We should be in place in about 5 minutes or less.
Roger's Charlie 4.
6-6 Alpha 1, this is Charlie 1. Just plotted a mission, vicinity the road running northeast near the 6-6 feature, approximately near AB 0005. 6 guns ICM along the road. Yeah.
Roger, you may be engaging the same target that Alpha 1 is engaging.
Say, lost, again.
Charlie 1, you're engaging a target just northeast of Hill 66?
This is 2-1. We're at our checkpoint.
Charlie 1, that's going to be an artillery mission. Also contact BMP2 approximately 3200 northeast my location, probably near that PC's on the map marking.
Correct. Your fire mission, it's going in just northeast of Hill 66?
Yes, on the road that runs northeast across the front of 66. I
Roger.
can check fire if you need me to.
Roger. I just want to make sure that Alpha 1's not engaging the same target with indirect fires.
My target is right on top of Hill 66. It's by that small by-road going east from the MSR, right on top of the ridge.
We're taking fire here.
Okay, let both missions go in.
I don't see anything north of that target though. I have my echo. Go.
6-6, this is Charlie 1 engaging PC's reference last contact and wait out.
Standing by.
Six. Six. This is a 3-1 more BMP2 vicinity where the indirect fire is going to come. Over.
Roger that.
This is 6-6, this is Alpha 1-1, Alpha 1. I think I contact the same targets, so piece AFV grid 15414706.
Roger that. So they're all stacked up by the minefield, it looks like.
These ones are south of the minefield. I have no direct observation on the minefield itself.
Copy.
Fire.
Alpha 1 contact artillery on my target on the possible suspected FO.
Copy that. Alpha 4, this is 6-6.
Go ahead, Alpha 6-6.
You were just engaging. Can you give me a sit rep contact report?
I missed. I haven't.
How many targets?
Well, I've got numerous destroyed APCs, but I think the one he's shooting at is like an MTLV or something. It's obscured behind smoke.
Roger.
So it's just a blip on the thermal at the moment.
Roger. Just wanted to make sure you didn't have a major incursion in your area.
Okay, Alpha 1, I just took an ATGM shot from vicinity southeast of the minefield. I got out of the way, but they definitely shot at me, those bastards.
Roger that. Well, let's put some indirect fires down there. Do you think they're maybe they're bypassing the minefield to the south?
It looks like some of them might be, yes.
Okay, let's. I can't call fires. Well, maybe from 6-6. Wait one. Alright, I'm going to put a fire mission in down there. Okay, as soon as the fire missions are done around Hill 66, just make sure to end the mission because I'm waiting for approval on my fire mission.
6-6.
Send it.
1 Charlie, contact BMPs just short of the old recomposition as per the plot on the map, over.
Copy that. See if you can engage and destroy them from there.
How do you make two vehicles repair each other, by the way?
Park it near the M88 and switch off.
Ah.
Okay, it's very quiet in the southern extremity of our sector.
Uh, 661 Charlie Sid Rep, engaged and destroyed 2 BMP2 just south of the old recon location. Also engaged but unsure of the BDA of BMPs in the 66 township, over.
Copy that. Looks like our other, the northern recce section, the second Humvee is destroyed, so there is some activity down there. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the vehicle when it was hit, so I don't know what it was.
Well, he's parked himself right on the top of it. So.
Yeah, I mean, I had him in a guard position with a reasonable LOS bubble, but they do that sometimes.
Uh, 66, this is 1 Charlie, reloading during the pause. Out.
Roger that.
Roger.
6-6, this is Alpha 1.
Send.
I just had a look southeast of Alpha 1-2 and I see nothing trying to move off that corridor.
Roger.
Alpha 4, what's your line of sight down the road from where you are?
Stand by.
Must be pretty good since he's engaging in that direction.
That's the FO vehicle that's hiding over there. I think I killed it. Line of sight down the main road is reasonable. I've got some buildings in front of me, but I can displace laterally left, right.
Yeah, copy that. I'm gonna move my FO vehicle down towards you. Trying to get some better eyes on.
No, hang on, I've got something over to my left. Looks like I've got some BMPs over it.
Charlie 1, this is 6-6.
1-4, we're taking fire here.
Charlie 1, this is 6-6.
Charlie 1, sender.
You have your M88 down on the way to that Humvee.
Yes, he'd stuck, hung up on something, but micromanaged him. He's back on his way.
Roger. Charlie 4, this is 6-6.
Charlie 4, send it.
Were you trying to just message me a moment ago?
If I was, disregard.
Okay. Take your section. We're going to have to accept some risk down here in the south. Since it seems to be a complete lack of activity. Take your section and occupy battle position C12 and orient northeast. But just bear in mind that if the other section in your platoon has to displace westward, you guys are going to have to make room over there.
Copy. We're going to head over to Charlie 12, so we'll be behind Charlie 11, where
correct.
Charlie 1's occupying.
Right,
That
and orient northeast.
Northeast. Copy.
This is Alpha 1. I hear what sounds like autocannon fire coming from the east.
Copy that.
I cannot identify what it might be or what it might be shooting at.
Roger.
It's BMP shooting at me.
Right, fair enough.
We ain't going to be doing that anymore. That's like someone else over there.
Alpha 4, this is 6-6. If you need to reload, we should have plenty of coverage in that sector as soon as Charlie 4 gets to battle position Charlie 12.
Right, after that, it just looks like there's a scouting path to BMPs and they're hung up on a building or something.
Yeah. Okay, Alpha 4, Alpha 1, be advised, FO vehicle is moving to position to your north.
Roger that.
Alpha 4, is that you shooting machine gun?
Roger that. I've got a vehicle behind some buildings over a stem up. Break.
For some reason I can call artillery. But I have it, don't worry.
Well, you can if you need to, just call it in. I mean, just make sure you call it out on the radio net so we know.
Alpha 4 engaged, destroyed 1 BMP to my east, range 1800 out.
Roger. Charlie 4, this is 6-6.
Charlie 4, send it.
Based on Alpha 4's last engagement report, you may have some shots at the enemy northeast of you, so just be advised.
Understood.
Alpha 4 to Alpha 6, I'm reloading at Alpha 4-4, over.
Copy that. Charlie 4, this is 6-6.
Charlie 4, send it.
Just make sure your vehicles are oriented northeast. Right now, one of them was oriented southeast, and you'd be exposed that way.
Understood. Getting it sorted.
Still complete audio silence from at battle position Charlie 42 in the south, so hopefully there's no activity down there. Yeah, it does seem that they're coming through with just dribs and drabs. The minefield could be screwing them up.
Yeah, but if you're facing a combat reconnaissance patrol, then the advance guard, then the main guard, this is what you'd see.
Alpha 4, Alpha 1, I was maneuvering behind you on your right.
Sorry, say again, Alpha 1?
No, message to Alpha 4 that I'm maneuvering behind him and to his right.
Roger that.
Six, this is Charlie 1. Just be aware that I'm down at 5-4 Alpha now, pulling your Humvee out of the drink. Charlie 1 has tasks, but if he suddenly disappears off the map, it's because I'm down here.
Roger. I will, I'll drop into Charlie 1 right now, just to make sure there's no main gun rounds whizzing overhead.
The good news is, though, that the M88 made it down here without seeing anything, so...
Yeah, the Humvee section down there at Charlie 42, there's no sound contacts whatsoever. So unless it's a dismounted attack, which is not overly worrisome, I think we're okay down there.
Maybe we're facing a penal battalion.
Well, then they would have gone right through the minefield. Or at least tried to.
Oh, we haven't had the DAG and the RAG turn up yet, so...
I just got the message about a splash. Somewhere it might be about to be artillery.
That's probably friendly artillery, hopefully. I don't think the bad guys tell us.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Humvee's hooked up, M88's returning via the back of Charlie 47 and then Charlie 19 to the echelon location.
Roger that.
Was a gun round?
Yeah, I just heard a main gun round too. Was that
6-6, yes, it's Charlie 1. Engaging BMP's wet out. Uh, 6-6, this is Charlie 1, yes, engaged a BMP 2. I think it died in an earlier engagement, but it wasn't burning, so I put another round into it.
Roger.
I think I've got a vehicle like that too here. This is Charlie 4. It's a tracked vehicle to my northeast.
Do you know the range?
1,840.
Yeah, if your TC...
It's moving.
Are you, oh, it's moving. Alright, engage it.
Alright, it's Charlie 4. He disappeared over the hill behind a tree. I'm not sure if I hit it or not.
Roger, just continue to observe.
Charlie 4, Charlie 1, I've got a BMP turret visible over the ridgeline. I can't shoot him, might be coming your way.
Copy. I see him. We're engaging.
Alpha 1, Alpha 4, this is 6-6.
Alpha 1.
4, ready.
Alpha 1, as soon as your wheel is repaired, I know you won't have your suspension, but as soon as your wheel's repaired, see if you can make your way forward to Alpha 12. Alpha 4, in the meantime, I'm going to give you back your number 3 call sign, and when Alpha 1's ready to advance to Alpha 1-2, see if you can proceed forward to Alpha 41 and reestablish contact. Correction, not Alpha 41, Alpha 42.
Interrogative, do you want me to do that with 1-3 or 1-4?
With both call signs. As soon I'm going to give you back your 3 call sign now, but just wait till Alpha 1-2 is ready to roll. Pardon me, wait till Alpha 1's call sign is has its wheel repaired. And phase your movement. Let Alpha 1 move up to battle position Alpha 1-2 first, and once he's established there, then you can take your 2 call signs up to Alpha 42.
6-6, so this is Charlie 1. BMP has penetrated beyond Alpha 4-1, Alpha 4-2. He's on the main road, he's rolling west.
Roger that. Did you copy that, Alpha 4? He's going to be right in your gun sights.
Roger that, maybe.
6-6, Charlie 4, that BMP is destroyed.
Okay. Good work.
6-6 Alpha 1, estimate that, no, 2 minutes repair time on the wheel.
Copy.
Roger. Roger.
Alpha 4, your number 3 call sign is now en route to your position.
Roger that.
And Alpha 1, Alpha 4, if you want to prep your moves to those battle positions with smoke missions, by all means do so. Or not prep, if you want to screen your movements to those BPs with smoke, then make use of it.
Alpha 1 copy. I will.
Alpha 6, this is Alpha 4.
Alpha 4, your team speak's breaking up. Can you send again?
Alpha 6, this is Alpha 4.
Send it.
I've got eyes on an FO vehicle. I believe he's under the left-hand 6 of the 6-6. He's right on the tree line. Can you put some artillery on him, please?
Roger.
For Alpha 4, Alpha 1, bring the FO up. If you can talk me onto him, I'll grab a grid of him. And get some fires.
Yeah, Alpha 4, coordinate that fire mission with Alpha 1.
Coming up right next to you, 4. Okay, can you give me a token?
Roger that. Right, reference my gun.
Right.
You've got the Humvee in the valley.
Yeah, I know where it is. Wait, one Humvee scene.
Right, traverse right until you've got a low brick house with a sloped roof.
See, would that be to the right of the 2 burning vehicles?
Roger.
Yeah, seen. I think I see the one you were thinking about. It's the one in low defilade just below left of the trees, correct?
That's him.
Copy that.
It's about 3,500 meters away.
Yep. Okay, fire going out. By the way, everyone, if you have any completed missions, make sure to send end of mission for them. Okay, this is Alpha 1. My wheels are fixed. I'm calling smoke and moving to Alpha 1-2.
Copy that.
Alpha 66, this is Alpha 4. Can I have my 1-3 call sign, please? Over.
Done.
Do you want me to move to Alpha 4-1? Over.
Yes, if you think you need smoke to screen your movement, not Alpha 4-1, sorry, Alpha 4-2.
Alpha 4-2, roger.
If you think you need smoke to screen yourself, to screen your move there, by all means. I actually, do you see that that diagonal fire mission, that black line I put just northeast of Alpha 42?
Yeah.
I have that mission on call. If you think that's an appropriate smoke mission, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll just cancel it.
You can probably cancel that. It's pretty dead over here.
Roger. Famous last words.
Okay, Alpha 4, that fire mission on that BRDM or whatever it is active. Doesn't tell me how long they think it's going to take though.
No, it just tells you it's active, and they don't tell you when the rounds are complete.
Okay, I got a splash message. It doesn't tell you what it's splashing for. But I think it's that mission. Keep an eye on it.
Roger. Eyes on. Nothing's happening.
Well, maybe it was some other splash then. I don't know. It still says it's active and not complete, so...
Is it an adjust or a fire for effect?
Fire. It's a fire for effect.
Charlie 4, this is 6-6.
Charlie 4, send it.
I want you to be prepared to advance to OP1. Don't do it yet, but just plot some routes out for yourself, some concealed routes. Once Alpha 4 is in position at Alpha 4-2, and you know, we should be able to overwatch your movement to OP1 pretty effectively. But just in the meantime, just see if you can get yourself, plot some good concealed routes there, and await my word.
Uh, 6-6 is Charlie 1. I can hear tank fire. It's not coming from Charlie 1. Over.
Copy that. Any of us?
Alpha 4 is shooting at something. I don't know what that. It's probably that FO in the distance.
Okay, that's the splash on that target.
Alpha 6-6, Charlie 4. I'm hearing autocannon fire and I'm getting, I can't tell which direction it's coming from though. Say again the position that you want me to move to?
Well, to be prepared mission,
order.
but yep, OP1.
OP1.
Which is northeast of, well, it's, Yeah, you see where there's...
I
It's,
see.
okay. And just, you know, be advised, there's been a lot of contact around Hill 66, so use a pretty cautious approach. In the meantime, the Humvee reconnaissance section down south has 0 audio contacts.
Alpha 1, looks like that artillery strike's landing on target, over.
Alpha 1 copy. 6-6 Alpha 1.
Send.
Alpha 1 established Alpha 1-2.
Copy that.
No contacts at this time.
Okay, Alpha 4, you can proceed to Alpha 4-2 now.
Where's that?
Just waiting for the other shoe to drop here. Those tanks should have made an appearance by now. We only had a few contacts, and I don't think we destroyed very many of them. I think we'll send as soon as I send Charlie 4 to OP1. If he doesn't spot anything, we may just index.
Yeah, come on.
Alpha 4, as soon as you're in position, let me know.
Roger that, Alpha 4 in position, over.
Roger, okay. Charlie 4, you can begin your move to OP1.
Cannot identify.
Charlie 4 acknowledged.
Six is Alpha 4. Looks like I've got someone over here, but I think it's dismounted infantry because I can't see anything.
Oh, you're getting a call out from the TC?
Yeah.
Can give me a rough range on those guys?
2.2.
Cannot identify.
Sorry, say again. Your transmission broke up.
Alpha 6, check chat, over.
Copy. Seen.
4, is that your 3-track or your 4-tracking edging?
This is 1-4.
Okay, Charlie 4, just be advised you may have infantry contacts to your southeast.
Charlie 4 acknowledged.
They'll probably be about 1.5 kilometers from you.
Are you engaging those infantry in the tree line to the southeast?
Roger that, over.
Reference left of what looks like a silo.
Break. Alpha 4, just be advised that Charlie 4 is going to be moving right under your guns, and he's there now, in fact. You can go ahead.
Yeah, Alpha 4, Alpha 1 brought my DFO up again to try to get rounds of that artillery. Infantry.
Charlie 4, I'm going to jump into the gunner slot on your number 3 vehicle.
Charlie 4, copy that.
Hedgehog, you should see the super elevation on your gun right now.
Sorry?
Your gun is pointing like 30 degrees up in the air.
Roger, stemmer.
Okay, I got range 3780. I don't think you're gonna hit him with coax.
Charlie 4, this is Charlie 1. Once you pass that Humvee, I can't support you any further. Over.
Charlie 4 acknowledged.
6 Alpha 1. Have we spent all our artillery? I can't seem to support more.
It's conceivable. I mean, we had about 140 rounds. And it,
I can no longer pull down the support menu.
yeah, neither can I. I can't call any missions, so we must be out of artillery.
My TC just pointed out a target back behind me at my 5 o'clock.
Can you identify it?
Nope, it's 1370 from me.
Did he say what kind of contact?
PC? Or it sounded like T. Like that, I didn't hear it exactly. And he slewed my gun to it. No, I'm just looking at it. Not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm worried that it's one of us.
No, the AI will never mistake a friendly for an enemy. But if you see a hotspot and you're not sure, then yeah, hold off, because there is a Humvee. He's probably about 3.5 kilometers southwest of you. Alright, see if you can pull your number 3 your 3-3 call sign up onto OP1 and observe eastward. But move very slowly.
Copy. Yeah, that direction's where Charlie 1 is. I'm not going to engage that target.
Actually, you're oriented southeast right now, so I think you're clear to fire. There are no friendlies southeast of you.
Oh, you're correct. All right, I'm engaged. Target destroyed. 4 shots later, that was bad.
It happens. Alright, see if you can just inch your way up further east onto OP1, just get some eyes onto the southern edge of the minefield.
Acknowledged.
And assuming there's nothing there, we'll just call index.
Fire.
It sounded like you just got a call out.
I gave a command for fire, but I just realized that it's only the turret that got blown off, so it looks like it was hauled down, but it's not.
Gotcha. Okay, it was you that gave the I heard the fire command.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like you got no targets there.
No, the BMP, it's not burning. Let me check it.
Fire.
No.
Alright, so I guess we'll, unless someone disagrees, we'll call index.
Give me 1 second. Just not trusting. Okay, never mind. And next it is.
Alright. Okay, let's just take a quick look at the AAR file, see what happened.
Oh, and the AAR at least looks like a surface scattered minefield.
Now is that something I can watch separately by myself, the AAR?
Yep.
Sorry?
Yes, you can save as long as you save it when you quit. You can then there's then a menu choice to load an AR.
Yeah, from like the main menu screen in Steel Beast, one of the options is load AAR.
Okay.
So looking at the AAR, there's looks like at least one mounted CRP and then a forward security element, I suppose. Not sure there's ever going to be a main body that shows up.
What were we going up against then?
Well, according to the briefing, it was going to be a battalion, but so far I'm only seeing, you know, a few dismounted elements and a CRP and a forward security element.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I thought, hang on, this is too light an enemy for a battalion. If it was a battalion, we'd bloody well know about it. Yeah, if well, depending on how we coordinated, it could go between the CO being pushed for decisions and the CO having no time for decisions. That's generally how a Soviet battalion works.
If it's an attack.
Yeah, if it's an attack, that is.
All right. Well, quick after-action review from me. I'm hard pressed to find fault with anything. I mean, as Hedgehog noted, we weren't really pressed very hard, but the contact reports were good. We were getting grid references from people pretty regularly, so that's always a plus. Everyone was good with the radio comms and reporting in what they were doing and when they were ready to do it. I don't want to go too light on people, but I'll have to give it some thought, but I can't think of any particular room for improvement other than the recognition that we didn't really face much of an attack. So if anyone else wants to chime in, go ahead.
Well, I want to say that it didn't go terribly well at the A11 position, but that was mostly my fault. I couldn't really find terribly good positions in terrain. I was in place to look for stuff in the coming along the road in the valley. I was kind of blindsided by things suddenly appearing high up on L76 and there. So
yeah.
When I lost my first tank, that was kind of funny because I fired at BMP. And I'm not sure which one killed me here, but I fired out a BMP, and either the one because I think I only damaged it, so either that one or the one next to it fired an ATGM at me. So I tried to maneuver away from it, and I found that I didn't have any smoke left. And there was no terrain I could hide behind because the dip in the terrain behind the like crest that I was on wasn't deep enough to protect me from that angle. So I just saw the flashing or the light of the missile. I was looking at it in my thermal display, just very steadily sitting in the middle of my my reticle until it hit me and blew me up.
That's too bad. Well, did it hit you in the front?
No, it hit me in the side.
Oh. Do you think that position was too exposed? Because in my initial map recce, it looked like there was at least that good depression there where you had cover from just about anything. I was more concerned about your ability to displace, westward.
Yeah, problem with that depression is that you have the depression, and then you have like the crest, and then it goes down into the valley. The problem with the position was that the crest was too long, so that in order to fire at anything below the opposite ridge line, I had to move on top of the crest, and if I then were engaged from the opposite ridge line, I had a very long way to go to get down into the hole again.
Oh, okay.
I think that was the problem there. And then after that, there was a bloody BRDM platoon that flanked around and came into my side. So I was in the hole with my other tank, and then suddenly there are fucking BRDMs coming out of the forest to my left, 100 meters away.
Yeah, that's no good. At least they were only BRDMs.
Yeah, but that was a bit of a panic, and the problem was that I was reversing to try to place them in front of me. And in doing that, I got high enough that I wasn't in cover anymore, and then that's when I got my my track hit and almost blown off.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I would have assumed that I had better. I would have thought that I had better, visual coverage of, that blind spot from OP1, but I never really saw much from those Humvees there.
Yeah, that's we were talking about the Steel Beast maps before we started, and I think that's one of the problems with the maps here, is that all of the ridges and hills, they look so much taller and steeper than they are when you see them in game.
That is true.
Ah, okay. I was actually hit by an RPG-7 from an infantry section in the woods behind me.
Okay.
Oh, is that the one that went in your engine exhaust and did light damage?
Yeah. Well, they actually hit me twice. The one you were talking about and the one before that. But yeah, that was the one that went like straight in my ass was the one that gave me the coolant leak. And I think the one before that was the one that took my tracks.
Does an M1 actually have a coolant system though?
I assume so, otherwise that that turbine is already hot enough to melt the sun, so.
And if it doesn't, I've been pouring coolant in a big tank for too long.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that, Gibson?
I said if it doesn't, then I've been filling up coolant containers for an awful long time that do nothing.
I think you've got like scavengers for oil or something like that. But I don't know if the actual engine itself has a what you call a traditional cooling system with the cylinder liners and coolant pump around it. It might do, I don't know.
Well, it obviously doesn't have cylinders, but yeah, it does have a cooling system. Radiators too, I suspect.
Yeah, it looks like that OP was might have been interesting for 3 Charlie if he'd gone just a fraction further. There's a red tank about 400 meters east.
From OP1?
Yeah.
I can't see any enemy vehicle that actually ran into the minefield and got disabled. There's one tank unit that's like driving around the no, a BMP unit, sorry. That's driving like on the edge of the minefield all the way around it. So I think they spotted it before they hit it and then started moving around.
Yeah, well, there's some wrecks in the minefield, so they've probably been given a scout command or something to try and work out the extent of the minefield or something. That's part of the reason why I don't think it's a full-on attack per se, because our Red had no indirect fire support. There's very little commitment.
Yeah.
Well, this was intended by Granny as a training mission, so he may have dialed down the difficulty just to, permitting focusing on procedures.
Yeah, that's probably the case, and that's probably a terrible idea either.
The only other sort of generic AR point I'd probably put up is if you're moving, you need to tell your neighbouring call signs where you're moving to. So just, especially if we're allegedly under pressure, but things like I'm displacing doesn't really tell me where you're going to end up.
Yeah, that's my fault with those Humvees.
Well, I think we all did it, but it's just, you know, you need to make sure there aren't any holes in the line, or at least people can observe abandoned positions, and if we don't quite know where you're pulling back to, it just makes life a bit difficult sometimes.
Roger that.
But I think we did pretty good, and Jericho, for somebody who quote-unquote doesn't know how the game works, I think he did pretty good.
I would agree.
Thanks for that.
You didn't get blown up too much. That's
I moved too far south. I was in the wrong battle position, and I thought I had a good look down the road, but I didn't, because then I had a short-range engagement with those BMPs that showed up.
But was my tank the only player-controlled unit apart from the Humvees that we lost? Didn't lose anyone from Charlie, right?
Correct.
Nice.
Of course, we only faced the forward security element. I suspect we'd be singing a different tune if the rest of the battalion had shown up.
Yeah. Also, if you look at the AAR to the north, that UAV is just flying around in a tiny little circle.
Yeah, it hasn't got any routes, so that's what they do when a tank or a ground unit just sits there. A UAV will fly in a circle. It's fixed wing, it can't hover.
And UAVs will not, in Steel Beast, they will not generate contact reports, right? It's got to be human in there.
Yeah, you got to man it.
Otherwise, it's too much of a game changer, because you could have it flying at 1,000 feet, and it would just be spamming you with contact reports, and you'd know what they're up to. It'd be like it'd be too powerful.
Yeah, kind of like helicopters. That's been a bone of contention in the TGIF game in the past. All right. Well, thanks for everyone coming out. It's too bad we were Falcon didn't make it, and King Tiger and Granny couldn't make it either this week. We could have been a little short-handed if the rest of the enemy battalion had shown up, but this mission might be worth reworking. Assuming Granny deliberately left out the rest of the battalion, we could always just add it in and re-up it at some point. It'd be interesting to see how it goes.
Well, when we were in Soviet VU, when that was running, Dark very kindly took us through all the Soviet tactics, and basically what would happen is you get the recon turn up, and then you get the forward security element turn up, and then you get the advanced guard main body, and then you get the main body. But when the forward security element and then the advanced guard main body turned up and put in their attack, then they would just spam any likely enemy location with artillery, and then just roll through it and damn the losses. So it's when you've played it from the other side, you know what a deliberate attack is really like.
Yeah. So Soviet tactics, once they got their artillery up, and they always brought their artillery up, they didn't do so much calling fires on actual targets. They just artilleried everything.
Yeah, it seems like most of the scenarios people have created don't really reflect the amount of artillery that the Soviets would have used. Seems like the NATO players are always getting very lucky in terms of the amount of artillery that's incoming.
Yeah, but I mean, if you read the briefing, this is an advance to contact by Red. They've lost contact with us. They're trying to re-establish contact. So, you know, there's probably mission 2 after this where we do get the thump.
Yeah.
But yeah, Russians were always, you know, even I can't remember exactly, but, you know, Russians, I think I read somewhere that they usually had like at least half of their artillery moving at any one time to be close enough to support the forwardmost elements.
Well, he's got 2 batteries, but didn't seem to use it. Now, maybe that's because you destroyed the FO vehicle or something, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, in the real world, you'd have the regiment itself would have its own battalion. you know, some of the second echelon, the battalions from the second echelon regiments would be contributing theirs, and you know, who knows? You know, Army may have allocated more artillery battalions to the leading echelons. So it could be, I mean, you could have more artillery battalions, you know, multiple of artillery battalions to every single maneuver battalion.
Yeah, sorry. Where was I? Yeah, although target were wiped off the map, they did actually delay us enough to win the scenario. I'll sort of get that important thing in. But yeah, artillery, if it was the point of main effort, yeah, you'd have the regiment artillery, division artillery, corps artillery, army group artillery. That just, yeah, it was obscene the amount of artillery that they could devote to it. But most of it was towed stuff. So once it fired the first few barrages, if they were quick enough and lucky enough, they got out of there. But otherwise, they were just a one-shot weapon, really. You were saying?
Yeah, I mentioned before that, you know, I think that most Steel Beast designers go very light on the amount of artillery that they give to the Soviet/Russian side. I mean,
well, you've also got to be aware of network performance and frame rates and stuff. If you start getting, you know, 36 fire units firing 6 tubes each at the same time, then people start bleating that their frame rate goes through the floor.
yeah, that's only for on-map artillery, though, right? I think for off-map,
You
it's...
can only have 80. You can only have up to 81 tubes, 9x9, for off-map.
Yeah, that's pretty good, though. That's 3 battalions. That's more than 3 battalions.